Hey guys, welcome back to this week's video. Check it out. Hey guys, welcome back to Workshop Wednesday. Today we've got a Volvo V90 in. Dan, would you like to explain more?
Yeah, so Volvo V90, engine management light on. Still driving okay, not in limp mode, anything like that. Basically, done a diagnostics. We've had to borrow a scanner on this one because our software needs updating. It takes 24 hours. So unfortunately,
ours is down.
Yeah, so I've got a local garage KTS. So I've only got a screenshot of the fault code, which will pop up now, hopefully. But yeah, basically, quite a few faults in there. We'll run through them all properly. But what I want to do with this one is basically we'll remove the intake. We'll do a smoke test to check if there's any leaks in the system, see if there's any turbo pipes split or anything like that, and then we'll have a look round and go through the faults. We'll see if the turbo actuator's free, and then we'll start looking at the inlet manifold. They have a tendency to clog up due to carbon. That can bring quite a few of these fault codes up. So yeah, let's just work our way through it and get it done.
Follow us now if you're into classic builds, real garage graft, and the occasional bit of regret. Bet this is how you feel when I start nagging at you, isn't it? That pressure build up.
Really? Okay, so that's the smoke test all set up. What we'll do is just show you. So hopefully this will start smoking in a second, and then we'll pressurise the full system. If nothing comes out, then there's no leaks.
Perfect. Oh, little wisp.
Starting?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all pressurised now. Covers are all off. We can have a look for any leaks. The only thing I would say on this one, there is a little bit of soot around the turbo here.
Jesus Christ.
I think there's a good bit of pressure in there. Oh, so funny.
I'm not entirely sure I really enjoyed that, if I'm honest.
Maybe we should have turned it off. But anyway, you can see that there's plenty of pressure in there.
Yeah. Just to keep on the theme of carbon buildup within your diesel engine, look at this. Look at the level of carbon that has built up just on this one little sensor.
The problem is the exhaust DPF filter is also blocking up on this one, which the next thing that'll be going is the EGR cooler will clog up. So yeah, there's just endless things that carbon up inside.
But just to give you an update, these are some of the error codes that this has got. You know, exhaust turbocharger, boost pressure signal implausible, but the biggest one is intake pipe absolute pressure, atmospheric pressure signal implausible. So that is caused by this little tiny sensor here.
Well, that's what's reading the inlet manifold pressure, and if that looks like that, that's not going to pick it up properly, is it?
Well, no, it's not.
But the problem you've got is all the soot in the rest of the engine. So what I'm going to recommend to this customer for now, because we're just waiting for an update on the diagnostic kit. So what I'm going to recommend for now is clean the sensors, get them to go and give it a good run down the motorway, because it hasn't got on the dash that the soot filter is blocked yet. So we might be lucky, he might be able to clear it that way. So yeah, that's my recommendation on this one.
Yeah, as I say, it's just another indication of how these cars are clogging up, and that basically the best protocol is to try and do really long journeys in them and get them really, really hot. But yeah, hope you like this video. If you do, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss the next video. Cheers. Go.
Okay, so smoke test all done, sensor all cleaned, back together. Just going to go and give it a road test now, take down the motorway, give it a good run, see how we do, and then we'll reread the codes, make sure it's all clear. If it's all clear, give it back to the customer and get them to do a few more long journeys in it. Hopefully that will bring the DPF back to where it should be. If we need to go further and flush the DPF, we can do that, but obviously few runs first before you go down that line.
Yeah, we want to limit any chance of having to flush them if we can, because it's costly and it's not worth it.
Well, it saves the customer a bit of money if they can give it a run, and also it gives them an idea that they need to do that regularly as well,
yeah,
as we mentioned. So, right, let's crack on.
We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss the next episode. See you next time.